I've got a little spaniel cross for dog grooming, and if you shop through any of the links in the video description below, I will get a commission at no extra cost to you, and by subscribing to the channel, both will help. Thank you. So the little spaniel cross is crossed with a pug, and this is the final result. When you know he's crossed with a pug, you can actually see it, and the owner likes to have him quite short underneath because he's quite low to the ground and likes to go on muddy walks. The video will go full screen soon, because what I've actually done is just videoed this on my mobile phone, and I know quite a few people have commented before that they like to hear the sound of the tools. I'm afraid I had the music blaring out, so I've had to take the sound out of the video, so you're going to have to listen to me talk through this video, I'm afraid. I have got the Canon R10 camera for photos and videos. I've actually got a video how to use the Canon R10 for photography, animal photography. I'll put the link below. And I'll get that set up properly and switch the radio off so you can hear the tools in, some of the other videos I'll be doing. So after the bath, we're sort of doing a repeat of before the bath. If you were going to do this kind of clip on your dog, well, my video is not a tutorial to start with, but you can take from the video what you like. It may look quite easy what I'm doing, but the dog clippers can actually be quite dangerous to use. Using them on the back of the dog, you want to follow the coat, follow the way the coat falls. So as you come down the side of the dog, down the ribs, you're going to you're not going to just come straight down, you're just going to follow the direction. But I say it's not a tutorial, it's just what I do, because this is a client's dog. It's not a dog I've had in as a model to make a video. It's exactly a client's dog, and why the video may not be that great, because I've just set the phone up and videoed myself grooming the dog. And when a dog comes in to me for grooming, we're sort of on not a time limit. I know exactly how long a dog is going to take, and that time is allocated to the dog. I don't charge for the time, I charge per dog, but I know how long the dog's going to take, and all my dogs are booked in like that, one after another. So I haven't got time to start messing about with my video camera, really. I'm pretty good with it, but as I say, it's just the video the phone setup, so I may get in the way in a few bits. I leave a little bit of feathers on this dog's front legs. The hair at the back of the dog's leg is called the feathers, just because, or if you understand a bit of dog lingo, he stands a bit 10 to 2. So if you think of a clock, 10 to 2, his front feet point out 10 to 2 a little bit, and it just helps balance out his legs by leaving a bit of feathers rather than taking the whole lot really short, and then it's going to enhance his feet at the front. Back end nice and short, and then underneath shorts, so when he goes on those muddy walks, dead easy then for the owner, dead easy. And what I also do, will do in this video, see what I'm doing now, you're just going to have to be careful if you're going to have a go at that. Just be careful. Not necessarily going to cut the dog. Well, you might do. Anyway, under the armpits. You usually get mats under the armpits as well. So, we'll do his feet. You may be better getting your thinning scissors to do the feet. Oh no, I've already done his feet. Oh no, I am doing his feet. Yeah, that, if you groom dogs, that's just like doing a poodle foot. If you still get trained to do poodle feet, it's probably cockapoo feet now, like that. Poodle feet style, just around the toes. It'll clean everything out, but if you've never trimmed a dog before, best not to try that to start with. Just get your thinning scissors and, well, use your thinning scissors on the feet. And you don't need great big scissors like that either. My little feet scissors need sharpening. I'm quite experienced with what I'm doing. You don't need fancy equipment, basically. I'll give you an example. I've got a friend who has just got a new show dog, and she's an expert at Border Terrier hand stripping. Absolute expert. She's got a massive dog grooming salon, loads of staff, and she's bought herself an English setter puppy. And she said, obviously she can groom, but she said I needed to know the specifics for showing the dog. So I asked the breeder, can you tell me what to do? And she says, well, come round. So she says, I went round, and the breeder, whose dogs look amazing, she says she pulls out the supermarket dog clippers and a pair of old thinning scissors. And she said the dog looked amazing. She says it just goes to prove you do not need expensive equipment to trim a dog. You just need to know what you're doing. What you're doing, where you're going with it. And that's exactly it. As long as you know where you're going, and grab whatever, grab the kitchen scissors. Probably might not look as good if you grab the kitchen scissors. But scissors, as long as they're sharp, they're going to cut. And for doing feet, I suggest some small scissors and thinning scissors. Probably not the dog clippers and the giant scissors I've got. Okay? Especially if you're just starting out. And what I'm doing here is thinning his tail out, little dog, because it was so bushy. With his body being short and a great big bushy tail, he's not going to look balanced. Because he's got those little spaniel ears, which are going to be trimmed a little bit. And although the dog is pretty short all over, you still can balance a dog out by its ears and its tail. By having a great big bushy tail, unless the owner wants it, well, it might look a little bit odd. You can even take the tail completely off, some spaniels. That looks good too, on the right dog, depending what the dog does with its tail. And by that I mean how the dog carries its tail. If it's going to stick it up sky high, you're almost going to have a flag if you've got loads of hair on the tail. And what I'm doing there, I've got the thinning scissors. I've just thinned where the tail meets the body, because you've got a really short cut body and then like a lump, big lump, so it doesn't flow. His tail, doesn't flow from his back to his tail. So I've just thinned the top of it out. And then obviously cut the tail shorter, like I say, so it balances him out. And it looks dead smart when he's done, little dog. Nice little dog. Takes me just over an hour to do this one, from start to finish. There, that's your tail done. Just about. And then obviously when I turn the dog round to do the other side, I shall check the tail again and cut a bit more off. And then that will be the tail done. I've got links to all my tools, but as I say, well, I haven't said, those dog clippers I'm using were actually given to me. Brand new pair of dog clippers. I've got loads of dog clippers. Ones I've bought, ones I've had for years. And that pair was given to me. I've just been given another pair by what you could call my mentor. One of my mentors for grooming English setters. 8 or 9 pairs of thinning scissors and a set of dog clippers. Well, sadly she's just died, and her daughter said, do you want my mum's dog grooming stuff, because we don't want it? I said, well, yeah, I will do, actually. I'll have a look. There's 3 lovely pairs of thinning scissors in there. 9 pairs altogether. Not tried them. But yeah, you don't need, well, I don't need to spend a fortune, and you don't need to. Just be aware as well, if you do buy dog grooming equipment like scissors and dog clipper blades, brand new, they're razor sharp. It's quite a shock when you get some really sharp stuff. It's like, whoa, you could do some serious damage with that, especially the scissors when they're dead sharp. So just be aware of that one, and take your time. If you're going to do your own dog, just do a bit at a time. You could do with the table if you're going to have a go at your own dog, because you can see he's as good as gold, because he's stood on the table. He's got restraint on as well. I've got a dog grooming table I just bought for my dog for doing at home, with a H frame. It's called the frame what you strap the dog to, and you don't have to strap the dog to it, and you can strap the dog quite loosely to the table, but it's enough to secure the dog. He knows the drill. You can tell on his face, he knows exactly what's going off, because I am quite military with when they do a dog, how I do the dog, i.e. everything is exactly the same every time, so the dog knows as well what the routine is, and that way a dog will behave a lot better than starting at the back end one appointment, then you come to the next appointment, you're going to start with the ears. Everything is exactly the same, how I do the dog. And with this little dog, it's always clip before the bath, start at the back, work forward, spin him round, repeat. He has a bath, he gets dried, he gets finished, starting from the back, working around the other side. Every single time it's the same for every single dog what comes in, so they know a dog will follow a routine, an exact routine, which is why I keep everything the same. And I've got 2 collies. A good video, hopefully, that will be about the 2 collies what come in, the 2 little crazy collies, or were when they came in, and they are in a very strict routine, because they're a bit wild when they came in. I'll put a link once I've done that video in this video, either in the video description, or you'll see the little thing in the corner of the video. But yeah, just doing his ears. If you want to trim your dog's ears, then feel all the way down to the bottom of the ear leather. Well, spaniel ears can tend to be quite long. The actual leather, the hair will be really long, but the actual ear can be quite long too, so just use your finger and your thumb to run it all the way down. Now, if your dog's ears are matted, you probably won't be able to feel that, so you might have to clip the ears off. Not the ears, but the hair off the ears. I'm just using the thinning scissors to just soften the look a bit there. And that's one side done, and I'm going to repeat on the other side, and then it'll be finished. Just titivating the ears and getting your ears level. It's a bit of an art as well. You get one ear right, trim the other ear, and you think, oh no, hold your head straight, because they're not actually quite straight. You can spend quite a while on the ears. But yeah, he always looks really tidy when he's done. Tidy little dog. A good little dog as well. You can see that on the video. He says, oh, am I done? Well, there he is, he's finished there. And then he can do his little cat walk or dog walk. And then he's ready to go. There you go.